Yeah, good afternoon. It's Jim from JAGfx.com. It is Saturday, the 13th of July, 2024. This is my weekly analysis video where I have a look at some of the Forex pairs I'm trading on the daily time frame using the high probability and divergence trading methods from my books. All right, so hopefully everyone's weekend's going okay. So far, so good. It's lunch, just after lunch here on Saturday, local time here in Cambodia, so all good. All right, remember I've got a fourth book out, the Profitable Forex Trading using high and low risk strategies. Now, I'm getting a lot of questions about my hedging techniques in the Telegram channels, via private emails, etc. So I'm actually thinking about starting a completely new channel or a new sort of, mainly on Telegram, maybe Facebook, on hedging, and I'll be looking at one pair in particular, which is not a Forex pair, surprisingly, silver. I'm going to designate myself as a profitable silver trader. So, no idea. I've just got a few ideas going through my head at the moment. So I'll let everyone know if I go down that track, and it'll be purely based on hedging, because I just don't want to confuse you boys and girls in this group with the hedging. I'll just keep it more traditional with the using the stop losses, etc. But I am looking at starting another sort of a channel or a group, I guess you'd call it, based on hedging. So for those that are interested, could go along and have a look at that. But in the meantime, if you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe button. I'm going to change the format a little bit from last week, where I'm not showing the Word document, the high probability setup, nor I'm going to show you the high impact news events. Look, that is stuff that you guys, most of the people that watch these videos, all 300 of you or whatever it is, have read my books. So you know the setups, and I generally go over it in the charts in a way. The news, you're big enough, smart enough to look up the news yourself. I'll tell you, Forex, Factory, Free Economic Calendar, I'm only interested in high impact news events, and I normally bring them to your attention in my daily updates anyway, so I'm not going to go through it. So just cut a little bit of time out in the videos. I've already rabbited on for about 2.5 minutes and I haven't really told you anything. So let's get on to the charts. And thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. So, and I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant here. You know, I was thinking about this new channel I'm going to do, and I've been watching this show on Netflix about wide receivers in the NFL. I've watched the one about the quarterbacks. And there's one thing, and this is no offense to any of my American friends. I've been to the US. I love the place. I'd love to go back. And I get on well with most Americans. And I know most of my audience are from the US or North America, which includes Canada, obviously. And I'm not going to offend you. I'm not trying to offend you. But there's one thing I notice, a big difference between Australians and or English and other European nations and the US. And this is especially watching these shows, and I know these shows are out to sensationalise and get customers to watch the shows, but just the cockiness, the arrogance of the elite athletes in the US is an unbelievable level. Now, I get it; it's not your average American. I get that, but there is something that sort of attracts my attention to that sort of arrogance. And we were discussing VP and his Forex trading videos. Now, if you don't know who VP is, no nonsense Forex. Have a look at his videos. Now, as an Australian watching his videos, the one thing that really got my attention was his cockiness, or his brashness. Or is that such a word? I don't know. So I'm thinking I might, with my new channel, I might go a little bit more American than Australian, which sounds a bit stupid, but it's hard to change your personality a bit. But all right, I'm rabbiting on. Sorry. Let's get into it. Now, you can always fast forward the video. As you all know, if you watch my videos, this is my Forex watch list here. I have added the pound yen, so we've got a yen pair in here now, all right? So I replaced the pound New Zealand, which surprisingly shot up, absolutely shot up during the week. So that buy trade I was in on the pound New Zealand would have paid off handsomely, but I called it closed, and Murphy's Law. All right, so we've got an alphabetical list of pairs here. They're highlighted different colors. Light blue means there's trades on or trades on, and action's been taken. Dark blue, no action taken, no highlight, no trade on. orange means there's something I want to talk about. Now, I'm not a trade signal provider. Do your own due diligence. Do not follow me blindly. I have losing trades. Every trader has losing trades. I have losing trades. I call all my trades at the time. Now, by this, let's look at this. Oz Swiss, that's what we're in. So normally on the right, you'll see my most recent trade. So here we go. We've got the pair, the date, the signal. Now, this is this signal here on the 21st of June, so it's the open of this candle. Now, for me, the new candle opens at 4 a.m. local. That's 5 p.m. New York. I'm in Cambodia. I don't get out of bed. My alarm's not set until 6:30. Not much happens between 4 and 6:30. So generally, I can get in pretty close to the open price anyway. If I call a trade, I take a screenshot at the time. I post it in the groups, the Telegram channels, and the Facebook group, which you're all more than welcome to join. So it's all very transparent. So I've trade, this one's a good one. This one actually went in my favor right from the get-go. You'll see other trades that go against me. So I'm not doing any hindsight stuff. I'm calling the trade. Any trade management, like in this case on the 2nd of July, I closed half, moved my stop up. I call that in the groups also. So let's have a look here. So we had a buy on the 13th of June, which is this buy signal here. Now this is a setup I like, and I'll rave about it every video, and I'm gonna keep on raving about it. I do a lot of backtest on historical charts, and I see this pattern many times, and every time, well, hang on, let me just go back a bit. Just about every time, not every time, just about every time it works out. So what I mean by that is we've had hidden bullish divergence first up, followed by regular divergence. So it's a 1-2, what I call the 1-2 in divergences. You get both divergences. Here we took a buy, 13th, stopped out on the 17th for a full loss. So I'm thinking that might be on this candle here, stopped out for a full loss. Trend line across the highs. So the high there. That's all we've got. Remember, we stopped out here. This buy signal is still valid. Took a buy on a break of that trend line. So basically having a second go, and that's what I said here, second attempt at a buy. And it worked out nicely. So this loss here has been offset. I've already closed half. So on the 2nd of July, I closed half. So let's have a look. So in here, so on the open, MACD platinum through the 0 level, closed half, brought my stop up. Cannot lose in that buy. If I was going to be stopped out on Monday, I'd still be an overall profit on the second buy trade, which would take a bit of the heat off this first loss. But what the plan is now is there's no rush, because this is you can see that's date. That's when's the trade taken on the 21st of June. And 13th of July, it's just a grind up. I can move this stop up. I'm going to move it up somewhere up here, up near so I'm going to lock in more profit on the second half. Now, in the meantime, I'm drawing these trend lines here, and you'll see this because I haven't adjusted some of them in the other pairs. There is potential hidden bearish divergence forming. High in the MACD platinum. Price still hasn't broken the previous high here. If this keeps on going up and breaks that, it's no longer valid. I delete those trend lines, all right? But in the meantime, it's a bit of preparation, day-to-day sort of stuff. Still a potential hidden bearish divergence. MACD platinum's above the 0 level. I'm in sell mode. Hence the grey vertical line is a red dot on the MACD platinum above the 0 level. So I'm in sell mode. But the good thing is, we're in this buy, can't lose, life's good. On Aussie New Zealand, we're at a buy from the 11th of June here, and it's just gone up nicely. 20th of June closed half, so I'm thinking in here. See, in here, I closed half here. MACD platinum through the 0 level. We had some good profit there, closed half. And look, in hindsight, it was a good, because it did reverse for a few days, but then it shot up again. I've dragged my stop up tighter, and I could probably keep on trying my stop up if I want. I did have some divergence lines drawn, but they long passed and they've been deleted as the price keeps on going up. So looking good on the Aussie New Zealand. Good pair. I like trading this pair. Love it. And again, that was the 1-2, the divergences. See the hidden bullish, followed by regular bullish. Bang, off she goes. Up to CAD Swiss and a couple of trades here. Let's have a look. In this buy still from the 21st of June. Can't lose on that. Stops up here, really tight. Can't lose on that. Life's good. Took this sell here. See, this is one that went against me for about 1, 2, 3 days. Then eventually come good on Thursday and Friday. Heading down below the entry level. And you can see the hidden bearish divergence there. So there's my notes on that. So looking good on the buy, can't lose on the buy. Now the sell's heading in the right direction. MACD platinum way above the zero level, so I'm in sell mode, which is good. So looking good there also. Euro Aussie, righto. Now this is a little bit tricky. You can read my notes here, but basically there's a bit of a problem with the QMP filter on this pair. I don't know why. So I've based this signal, and there's notes on that there. I've taken this signal off my MT5 charts. The only reason I use TradingView is for this weekend video. It's just easy to write notes. It's tidier. It looks better. I do all my analysis. The majority of my private trading is all done on MT5. You got to keep in mind, I started trading when MT3 was still a thing. So I didn't like MT3. And when MT4 came out, I found it clunky. It was ugly. I used to use a couple other trading platforms that are long gone. But one thing about MetaQuotes or MetaTrader or MT4, MT5, they're still around and they've got better. I know they still look ugly and they're a little clunky, but the charts to me are easy to work around. I don't know why. Especially when I'm looking at historical charts, MT5 is my go-to platform. All right, I digress again. So we took a buy in here. Now, this has been a bit tricky, this one. It's come down against me. The stop's here, the buy signal's there, so there's no dramas there. But I've drawn this trend line across here, and if you hadn't got in here, you could have got in here. This would be Friday open, would have been a good time to get in a buy, in my opinion. The only issue I have is the MACD platinum's already through the zero level. And you got to remember this is Euro Aussie. So I tend to look at what the Aussie USD is doing because this normally is inversely correlated to it. And having said that, I'm not trading the Aussie USD at the moment, but I am trading the Euro USD, which moves the same as the Aussie USD. I'm probably overthinking this, but that's going up. So this should be going down. So it's not, but this is a good buy signal. And I did take, in my private trading, full disclaimer, I did take a second buy here, but I am hedging in my private trading. So I took a second buy there, which reduces my risk because all I have to do is get to about the midpoint between two and an overall break even. So, but yeah, we're in a buy and it's going against me, and there was a trend line break here, so you could take another buy. That's all I'm saying. EuroCAD. All right, here we go. Now, this is a good example of how we adjust our trend lines. Now, I'm in a buy, already closed half, so we took the buy on the 2nd of July. See, this one went straight against me. Took the buy here. Look at that big bearish candle. It eventually ground up, then come down. And I was actually considering closing this. Would you believe? I'm glad I didn't. And I didn't. I didn't close it. I think I closed it on one of my charts, but kept it open on the majority of them. All right, so in the meantime, so we've got a new high here, so we can adjust this trend line. It's still, see the divergence still forming? Here's your high here. We've got a high in the MACD platinum, a lower high still on price. So it's hidden, bearish divergence potentially forming. What I'm looking to do here, I can't lose on this trade now, so we're good. But what I'd like to do is trail my stop up if I can. But if we get a sell signal here, I'm going to tighten the stop right up. EuroCAD. Euro USD, we're in a buy, another one that needs adjusting. So we've got a new high here, and we're still technically, it's getting close to, look at the zero, see the zero there? And this is up, so we're getting close to no longer being divergent. So this goes up a little bit higher, it's no longer divergence. Unless we look at something maybe like this point here or something like that, I don't know, but we broke this high here, and is it going to hold? Who cares? We can't lose in this trade. So we had a buy here, nice little support level buy. It's gone up, closed half. Now, no rush. But what I look at doing Tuesday probably is bring my stop right up under this low here or something like that. So looking good on the Euro USD. So far, so good on these trades. I don't think there's any other than the Euro CAD. Nothing's caused me too much grief as the trend continues. Pound Swiss. Took a buy here on the 13th of June. New buy signal stopped out the day later. So we took the buy on the open of this candle, and we stopped out in this candle. So it didn't last long. MACD platinum below the zero level. We had an opposite QMP filter dot, no dramas. Just wait for a new buy signal, which is this one, 25th of June. Take that. MACD platinum still below the zero level. Take that. Gone up nicely. 4th of July closed half. So let's have a look at the 4th of July. It must be so on the open of this candle. We're stalling up this previous high here. MACD Platinum through the zero level, closed half, locked in some profit, so closed half there. And 10th of July, I moved my stop up again, and it's still heading up nicely. We've got a grey vertical line, means there's a red dot on the MACD Platinum above the zero level, so I'm in sell mode, but who cares? Keeps on going up until I see one of these bad boy red dots. I'm not worrying about the sell. We just keep on going up, and we'll see if we can take out this high here. If we get to this high here, I should probably draw that new blue line across there. Let's do that. Let's do that. That's that one. That's just my basic trend line. So this is what we're sort of aiming for now. Across here. Trend lines aren't an exact science, though, so don't get too stressed about, if they've got to be on the... I tend to put mine across the body of the candles, not the tip, not the wick. They're not an exact price. They're a zone, so don't get too caught up on the price of the zone. They're just a guide, nothing else. And I can guarantee you, people will be saying, "Oh, it's getting close to its previous high," then orders will be placed to sell off that or something like that. That's why the market stalls around those levels, because everyone's looking at the same levels. Is it self-fulfilling? As I always say, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? Who knows? Who cares? It's human psychology. Just trade it. Don't follow the herd, but follow the herd. That didn't make any sense at all. All right, pound yen. Now I've added this to my my watch list because I need at least one yen pair. I can't ignore them, and I do like the pound yen. And I trade it in my private trading, so I'm just dragging it across. It's the only yen pair I trade in my private trading. You can trade the euro yen, pound yen. They basically move the same. Back in the early 2000s, I had a thing for the euro yen. I used to love it. Not so much these days, but the pound yen I like. Now, have a look at the moving averages. What's the trend? It's a Captain Obvious up. It's an uptrend. And here we are taking a sell trade. Human nature. And then it's a yen pair, which is even worse. So I've made a point of that. Look, the good thing is price is a long way from the moving averages. Generally, price will come back to the moving averages, or the moving averages will go to price. There is big, regular bearish divergence there. High highs on price, lower highs on the MACD Platinum. Above the zero level, take the sell. Just be careful of risk percentage. If you're a risk 2% on a trade normally, these are the sort of trades I'd drop down on 1% or 0.5% or something like that. Stop loss in place up there. It's a high risk trade. Looking to go back to the moving averages or MACD Platinum go to zero level. So it's a pound yen, we're in a sell, and it opened and closed probably at the same price on Friday. And those sort of candles have got a name, and I don't, as you know, if you watched any of my videos, I've got no idea of the candlestick names. But that's open, close the same. All right, move on. Pound USD, another one that we're going to adjust them. It's shooting up. We're in a buy. Now, keep in mind that we're trading the Euro USD and the Pound USD. They tend to be fairly correlated. They tend to move the same. So if I was to add, right, let's have a look. All right, this is TradingView, so I can come up here and I click this little button here, and we can, right, hopefully that's done it. Did that put it on there? Yeah, all right, it's good. All right, so all I've done is added the Euro USD to the chart. So this orange line here is the Euro USD. Now have a look at this. Now, you don't think there's correlation here? Look, it gets a little bit out of whack, but it's still the same sort of trend. So that's just to show you that they're highly correlated. So you can pick one or pick the other. I've got them both on because they're both majors, so I like them. But they tend to move the same. I trade both in my private trading, so no dramas. I'm more of a fan of the pound USD than I am the Euro USD. That's probably because I am from the UK. I was born in the UK, and we're no longer a part of Europe or something, whatever Brexit meant. This European Union, European whatever, I don't know. Someone will give you a history lesson, no doubt. I can go to my new friend, ChatGPT. That'll tell me exactly. And I found out too, talking about AI software, it's not entirely accurate all the time. I remember years ago, my youngest son, he did a project at school when he's like in a grade 2 or grade 3 or something. And he come to me and his mum and says, "Oh, look, this is about the solar system or the planet Earth." And, apparently one of the planets was made out of cheese. And I sort of looked at mum and looked at looked at him and said, "Mate, you sure about this?" He goes, "Yeah, Dad, it's on the internet." And I said, "All right, we'll just let that slide." Off he went to school with his planet made of cheese. I didn't have the heart to tell him it wasn't, unless it is, I don't know. All right, I digress again. Now, the pound USD, we've got these green levels are just big numbers. In this case, that's the 1.25 level. I've got to check what this one is because it's suddenly appeared on me. Let's have a look. 1.3. That's a big round number, and we're approaching it now. We're to buy here. We can't lose. We can't lose, which is good. I can drag my stuff up nice and tight. It's already very tight. Again, divergence forming. We broke this significant high resistance level here. See, it's a pretty significant resistance level. Broke through it cleanly. Now we've come to 1.3. That's a big round number, isn't it? Yeah, I'm curious to see what happens here. I can guarantee there'll be orders placed to sell or something like that, which is fine. If I get a sell signal up here, I'm taking it too. A couple of reasons. One, it's a big round number. And if I get it, it'll be a valid sell signal because the MACD pattern's above the zero level. And if things stay is pretty close to what they are now, there's also regular bearish divergence there, which we just adjusted. Right, New Zealand CAD, it's highlighted in orange. Something happened. Ah, yeah, that's right. All right. Took this buy on the, and I just leave these on the charts for the weekend video to show you, boys and girls, exactly what happened. All right, so we took the buy here on the 8th of July. So they opened in this candle, and as Murphy's Law would have it, bang, straight down, stopped out on this big bearish candle here. I think that was New Zealand interest rate news. It just spiked down. My stop loss was at 82744. If you look up here for the low, 82732. So 1.2 pips. You wouldn't read about. My stop was just in the wrong place. Now, we took this trade on hidden bullish divergence. Now, see what I said here? Potential regular bullish divergence forming. This buy signal is still valid. I've already drawn this trend line across my highs. We're getting very close to a potential re-entry on this buy. So we took a loss, a full loss on this buy. Now, in my private trading, I must admit, full disclaimer, I'm actually hedging this, so I don't have a stop in place, so I'm still in this buy trade. But there is potential here for a new buy trade. So we'll give it one more day. If this closes above this trend line, MACD platinum still below the zero level with the 1-2 on divergences, I'm taking a new buy. That's a gimme. All right. So we're stopped out for a full loss already, and we're setting up a potential new buy here. Probably get rid of that trend line. It's just more distracting than anything. It doesn't mean anything now. So that's what we're looking at. My only concern is this level here. Let's have a look back here. It's fairly significant sort of level. Price break through it, who knows? And as I say about support or resistance levels, some people say the more touches they are, the stronger they are. Other people say the more touches they are, the more chance there is of it being broken. So again, chicken or the egg. All right, that's New Zealand CAD, so we're stopped out. I'll tidy up this chart once I've finished the video, but just to show you that I was stopped out by 1.2 pips, which is really annoying, but it happens. They're not stop hunting. It's not, it's just one of those things. All right, gold. This is probably it's been a pretty good run all through this until I get the gold. I'm probably stuffed up here, but I had my reasons for it. We're still in this trade from the buy trade from here, 15th of Jan. All right, so we're still in that buy trade. Now, someone did ask me about the swap piece, and I'll be completely honest. I haven't traded this live, this gold trade. I didn't trade it live. I'm trading metals now, but this trade wasn't taken live. There is a negative swap, which means I have to pay interest on buy trades on gold. It's gold versus USD. Now, from the 15th of Jan, based on example, it was a 0.1 lot position size, there would be about negative $500 in swap fees. So that's $500 that you've got to pay the broker. But having said that, on that same position size, this trade is currently in profit approximately $3,000 on that same position size. So instead of getting the full $3,000, you're only getting $2,500. So even though there is swap fees, negative swap fees, it's still a positive trade. I know it's been a long time, but I'm just trying to give you some numbers there. And swap fee, a negative swap fee is just the cost of doing business. Look, I am not happy. I did post something recently about the swap fees. It's basically a way for the broker to rip you off. I'm telling you now. I know what the swap fees are based on the difference between interest rates on the two currencies. So if you look at the USD and the Japanese yen, for example, the USD's got a higher interest rate than the yen. The yen's still at negative or zero. So on the buy side on those pairs, you'll be getting positive swap on but for some reason the negative swaps always seem to be bigger than the positive swaps. So the brokers have got other little rules they put in place to rip customers off. I don't particularly agree with them, and I know they're there, and it's always been an issue because it varies with different brokers too. That's another thing too. There's a big variance between brokers. Some charge on Wednesdays, some charge over the weekends. They use some other bullshit excuses. Yeah, they look. Brokers are like casinos. They make the rules. You have to play by the rules. If you like the rules, then if you're happy to abide by the rules, then fair enough. If you don't trade or don't go to the casino. So yeah. All right, gold. Let's get back to it. So I took this other buy here on the 21st of June, and I closed it on the 11th of July. Right, now let's have a look at the 11th of July, and I'm regretting this, but that's all right because I'm still in that buy from the 15th of January. So 11th of July. I don't know why I closed it here. I had a bullish candle on the 10th, so I closed on the open. I'm thinking we had a red dot on the MACD platinum above the zero level. This was going nowhere, struggling to break the previous highs. We had this little action in here. Didn't break this previous high. I just got out of the trade for a very, very small profit. So I basically closed on the open of this candle, this big bullish candle. So one day later, I'm going, you idiot. 24 hours later. So we're up to this previous high here again. So this buy, we've finished this buy. So we're only on the one buy from the 15th of Jan. So all good. So this one's finished. I'll tidy up the chart once I'm finished. But yeah. And there was another opportunity to get in here for a buy. I said that. So if you missed out on that one, and we had this reversal here, I didn't close out, there's another opportunity to get on this buy in here, which would have been on the open of the 4th of July. God bless America. I've talked a lot about the States tonight, and no offense to any of my American friends. Seriously, I love the joint. If it wasn't for the US, I wouldn't have all that stuff to watch on Netflix. All right, now next three, I've still taken half an hour here. I've been talking too much. US dollar heading down. It's just broken through, so that means the Euro USD is going up. This is just a basket of 6 currencies against the US dollar, those 6. And it's just broke this previous low, heading down. Last signal was a sell. US 500, US stock market. Like the pound yen, heading up. There's nothing, you can't say that's a downtrend anytime in there. You have pullbacks, obviously. Last signal was this buy. Didn't particularly like it. Couple of reasons. Price didn't come back close enough to moving averages. And the MACD platinum just on the zero level. You could make an argument there was divergence there, but geez, it was all very tight. Broke the previous high, still heading up, still divergence, which is a common thing. And BTC, Bitcoin. This was the old whammy 1-2 on the divergences. There's so flat, very flat, hidden bullish divergence followed by regular bullish divergence. Buy signal here. We're stuck in no man's land again, but just underneath the 60,000 level. So there's a buy there, reverse signal here, another buy signal here. So wait and see. All right, boys and girls, that's it for the video. I dragged on longer than I thought. I just got on off a few tangents there. And if I offended anyone, I apologise. I don't mean to. But look out for my new stuff. I'm going to get into hedging and do a dedicated channel towards it or something along those lines. And I'm going to have I don't think I can change my personality, but I'm going to be able to, whatever. If you do like the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It's always appreciated. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe wherever you are. And thanks for watching. Cheers.